The topic of this week's Sparks and Seconds is the concept of Simcha. How do I achieve true happiness in life? Something that so many people are struggling with and trying to achieve. Well, given the fundamental principle of Hakaras HaTov in achieving Simcha, I'd be remiss if I didn't take the first few moments of this year to thank the entire Sparks and Seconds team for making this incredible project with the opportunity to share these Divrei Torah with every single one of you, the listeners. What I'm going to share with you today is a earth-shattering shir that can transform your life. As the Mesil Shisharm says, may not be a chiddush that you don't already know about, but because of Roi Pirsumam, Kach Ha'helem Matzui V'Ashivcha Rabbah. I think to illustrate this point the best would be the story of Rav Victor Miller. One day, one of Rav Victor Miller's children came into the house and he found a shocking scene. He walked into the kitchen and he found Rav Victor Miller standing next to the sink. But the sink was filled up to the brim with water, and Rabbi Victor Miller was standing there, bent over the sink with his head completely submerged inside the water. His son, shocked, was about to run over to his father to try to help him, and right before he reached him, his father, Rabbi Victor Miller, pulled his head out of the water and said, "Thank you, Rabbanu Shel Olam, for the wonderful air." Now, when his son, shocked, asked him, "Abba, what was that? Why did you do that?" So his father answered him simply that he was on his way home from shul, and he overheard two gentlemen speaking, talking about the pollution of the air and how filthy it was. And he didn't want to be influenced by their negative words to have a lack of Hakaras HaTov to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, given the principle that many people don't appreciate things until it's taken away, he didn't want to wait for the Rabbeinu Shalom to take it away, so he took it away himself. He submerged his head under the water, and then when he couldn't breathe anymore, he couldn't hold it 1 second longer, that's when he pulled his head out of the water. And that first breath was so sweet. The way he describes it, the perfect blend of oxygen and nitrogen with the ability to invigorate his red blood cells, to give him the energy to move his limbs and be able to serve the Rabbeinu Shel Olam. That's Rabbi Victor Miller for you. But that's the concept. We have so much blessing in our life, and we're constantly looking to other places, trying to find the Simcha. And it's understandable. We need money to serve our families and our communities. And we need Shalom Bayis, and we have so many stressors that are going on in our lives. However, if we think about the simplicity of what we have, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us air. Breathe. Take a second. We're so stressed out. Take a moment and just go and feel how sweet it feels to take a deep breath of oxygen and not be coughing and wheezing and on a ventilator. So many people can be struggling with that simplistic toiva from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be able to take a breath of air. Now, if you wanted to up the game, try making a competition with your friends and blow out all of your air. Go, hold it for as long as you can. And when you can't hold it anymore, then do as Rabbi Victor Miller did. You don't have to shave your head in the sink, but hold it back. And when you have to take that breath, it feels so good. Now, I don't trust that you're going to do this at the end of this year, so I want you to take a moment and press the pause button. Go press it right now and take that breath and feel how sweet it is. Good. Now you know. This is the tool you can take with you, and this is what's going to take this Sparks and Seconds and make it. There's so many inspirational videos that are being shared, but how do we make it so that it's not a spark that peters out and just disappears, but rather transform it from a little spark that will then transform into a huge flame that will last for the rest of your life? And the simple answer is that a spark itself is not enough. You need to be the one to add the kindle and the wood. And the way to add that kindle and the wood is by doing the workshop, by doing the activity. Stop once a day or more whenever you're stressed out and you just, I can't. So stop and go, take that breath and realize how sweet it is, how good it feels to take a breath. And if you're having trouble breathing, so you can focus on something else. Listen, you're still breathing. Think about the sweetness of an apple. Think about the sweetness of food. Think about the ability to walk. Think about there's so many brachas that we have in our lives. But the simple concept of stopping, take a deep breath. Thank you, Rabbeinu Shalom, for the wonderful air.